guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we got a story and a lesson that everybody has wanted to know for the longest time. So this isn't going to be an install video, this is going to be an educational video. However, sit back, literally sit back and take in everything I'm about to tell you. Because over these last, in theory, 1.5 years, but also in theory, 3 years, I've learned a lot, done a lot, and taken actions in certain ways that have helped me and definitely done wrong to me to achieve things like this. Now, I had a video filmed for you guys yesterday, and in that process, I was going through my DMs. Yes, I try and respond to all of them. It does get backed up, so if I don't respond, don't feel like, don't be upset. It's just I do get a lot, and I'm not saying that like, oh, I get a lot, I'm famous. No, I do get a lot of DMs. I try to respond to as many as I can, but sometimes it does get very backed up. But I did come across one, and that's how I just scrapped completely yesterday's video for this message here. When I get a message like that, I sit there and I'm like, wow, I have a say to 72,000 of you. And this story is going to be important because all of you can learn from this. If you guys could do me a favor and get this video to 2,000 likes so more people can learn this, that would be an honor. Because I feel like everybody needs to know this to achieve anything they really want in life. That story and that message just like touched me. I felt honored. And you stand here and look at this and everyone's like, oh dude, you're killing it, you're doing all this. But what people don't realize is just about 3 years ago, I sold a PS4 to make a payment on the Jetta that I just turned in like a couple days ago. So if you guys have been following me for a little bit or you're new to the channel, I had the Hellcat, I had my truck, and I had a Volkswagen Jetta that I leased, and I turned that in just a few weeks ago. But that Jetta, I sold a PS4 to make a payment on. And then look at me today. And everyone wonders, what do you do for a living to afford this? And I'm going to tell you, the number one lesson in this whole process is it's not how much money you make, it's how you spend it. And one thing I can say in this whole process, do not neglect support, do not neglect family, do not neglect significant others, don't put yourself in a bubble when you're trying to hustle and follow your dreams. Make time for all those people that are close in your life, because this stuff does not matter. It doesn't. I could tell you that, part of the reason why some of you are like, oh, you live in Columbus, now you're back up north. Part of the reason why I'm up here is because of that. In those last 3 years, I've neglected those close interactions with friends, family, stuff like that. I've neglected that, and I've put myself in poor positions that I focus on myself. It looks like everything's great, but sometimes it just isn't. So throughout your grind for your goals, make a conscious effort. I know if you're young, it's hard to think like you want to get up and out and like be on your own, but trust me, at the end of the day, be there and give the people who support you the time of day. Trust me, none of this matters without them. Now, weird flex, but okay, this right here is just a little over $2,000. Now, all of you are going to be like, oh, you're flexing, you got money on the hood of your Hellcat. Which is funny, because this money, I earned this months ago, and I haven't spent it or touched it since then. Like I said, this isn't like a flexing video, this is a educational video. Take note and learn. I made this money months ago. I have not touched it, I have not spent it, I have not done anything, and I'm going to tell you why. Like I said, it's not how much money you make, it's how you spend it. I could very well have made this money, spent it on a whole bunch of things, material items, and you're looking at me, you're like, what? You got all this crap behind you. Yeah, that's because I don't spend this money. Now, a lot of you are probably confused at this point. A lot of you are like, you got a $60,000 truck with well over $10,000 in lift, wheels, and tires. You got a $70,000 Hellcat. Again, it's not how much money you make, it's how you spend it. You don't have to make $150,000, $160,000, $170,000 a year to do this, because you got to break it down. First things first is I did not pay cash for either of these. I didn't. There's no reason at all you should. That is a complete waste of money. There's going to be a lot of old timers out there, because I know I got a wide range of people on this channel that they only pay cash for everything. And I'm going to tell you why I didn't, and I will never do that. Alright, so let's just say I went out and I bought a $2,000 car. Boom, done, sold. Give me the keys. Okay, I now have the keys to a $2,000 Ram. right? Boom, mine. This money, throw it away, gone. So now you have a car, $2,000 is gone, boom. Now I've got a car and no money. That sucks. Now how would you feel if you had a car and $2,000 cash? Most people are gonna think, ooh, look at that, I got new wheels and I got $2,000 cash. Now how would you feel if you had a car and $4,000 cash? And you'd be like, wow, that'd be even better. How am I gonna do that? And like I said, it's not how much money you make, it's how you spend it. This $2,000 could be your paycheck for the month, or it could be your paycheck for 2 weeks. It could be your paycheck for whatever. But like I said, you get this money. If you spend it all and it's gone, now you don't have $2,000. But you take this $2,000 and you put it into something that will give you more money in return. Simple as that. When I was 15, I went and spent every dime I had saved up from when I was whatever, from birthdays, stuff like that. I had $3,600 that I saved in like 15 years. I spent that on a lawnmower, a Skag zero-turn mower. Every last penny of it. And y'all are gonna be like, why on earth would you do that? Because that lawnmower, I started a landscaping business. You know, from cutting lawns and stuff, I could pull in probably about $2,000 a month after, you know, a couple years growing the business. And then when I eventually sold that mower and bought a different one, I sold it for like $3,500. So I sold it for $100 less. So that $100 that I lost made me over 15 grand in like a summer. So now you're looking at me like, this is kind of making sense. And I hope it is. I spent $3,600. Sold it for $3,500 when I was done with it. Costed me $100, made me like 15, and just like that, I also have my original $3,500 back in my pocket. But if you went out and spent this on Chipotle, Starbucks, shoes, clothes, I mean, yes, there are some necessities. You do need clothes, you do need shoes, you do need gas in your tank, stuff like that. Put half of it aside. Put that into something. Go buy, if you like doing woodworking, you like making things, go out, buy yourself a miter saw. Go buy yourself something that in return will give you value. And you don't have to do this all the time. I'm not, like I said, there's stuff you need to buy, there's stuff you want to go out to go out to eat with your friends, hang out. Put yourself in a position where, again, the money you make pays for that. Everyone thinks like, oh, I'm not investing in the stock market, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing any of that. There's no chance I'm gonna get lots and lots of money, and that's where everyone's mind is backwards. Spend your money in ways that will give you a return, whether it's big, small, monthly, whatever. Like I said, you could buy a $300 miter saw, make some wood projects, sell them, bring in a couple extra $100 a month, car payment. And that's what I'm saying is $300, and your skill pays the monthly payment on your vehicles. People don't think like that. They think the money you make is the money you have to spend and stuff like that. However, don't invest in dead-end objects. Invest in yourself. Like I said, I bought a mower, used it for a couple years, made money, sold it, got my money back, and I made money on top of it. It's honestly a simple concept nobody thinks about. Whether you make 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, 40 bucks an hour, if you're living at your means, spending every dollar you make, you will never be on top because you'll always be, stretching those dollars daily. But if you take the money you make, like I said, imagine what you can do, like I said, with your paychecks that are 10 bucks an hour, 40 hours a week, $15 an hour, 40 bucks a week. And once you get to a point where you're making just say 40 bucks an hour, imagine all that extra money you can invest back in yourself. No matter what your hourly wage is, you can invest that back into yourself, into something that will make you money to take care of things like this. Boy, once you learn that, you are set. And it's honestly a hard concept for a lot of people to swallow. Part of the time, like I said, don't neglect the people that support you. But at the time, my mental thing was like, that money isn't going to give me a financial return. I can turn that money into something else, and then it'll pay for whatever you want to do in the future. So mentally I was like that, but in the time I should have been thinking, all right, well, you want to go here, you want to do this, let me figure out a way to make that money now, and we can do that. And in the future, I just do it again and again and again. But it's honestly a hard concept for some people to think, because like I said, they'll think you're neglecting them and stuff they want to do and stuff like that. They will honestly think you're neglecting them, which is so tough. But at the same time, like I said, it's hard for people to understand, you know, the concept of what I'm teaching here. Like I said, when someone sees you spending all this money and they're like, well, why don't you have the time of day to do this with me? Or why, you know, you're doing all this stuff, you know, come out hang with your mom, come out hang with your dad, what are you doing? Like, you don't have any time for us. And it's just frustrating because you get so far into it that, you know, that's all your mindset is this money isn't going to get me there or there. But in the process, you need to think of, like, don't always focus on these goals. Focus on, you know, family goals, relationship goals. Focus on that money too. Take your money and make you money for not only this, but take your money and make you money for that. Even though, you know, just you gotta be very balanced in this process. Otherwise, you will get yourself in a hole. I promise you. So that's part of the reason why I've moved, because I got myself into that mental hole of focusing on me a lot, putting other people to the side, and you know, I've neglected that for the 3 years, so that's definitely not the way to do it. Like I said, learn from me, don't do it yourself. So even when you reach goals like this, like I said, make time for your friends, family, if you're in a relationship, make time for all of that. Make money that you're making for this, for that too. Just be aware that, you know, none of this matters if nobody likes you. So to answer your question, what do I do for a living? It honestly does not matter, because you can make $8 an hour, you can make $10 an hour, you can make $15 an hour, you can make $20 an hour, and you can do whatever you want as long as you spend your money right and put it into something that will give you a return. Like I said, when I didn't pay cash for either of these vehicles, the money I didn't pay cash for pays for them, because I used that to make me more money. I saved up money, got the truck, used that money to not only pay for the truck, but now allows me to pay for this. And then the money I didn't put down on this, I will use to buy next build and therefore. It's a simple concept. If you understand, it is hard to grasp for, you know, people close to you, because they think you're very into yourself. So like I said, you got to balance it. Balance your work, your grind, your hustle with family, with friends. Don't only make money for this, but make money and time for them, and you'll be able to achieve so many things. You know, people look at their paychecks and they're like, well, just say, well, I only made $2 grand this month. I gotta pay for rent, I gotta pay for internet, groceries, gas, stuff like that, and you know, you have a couple $100 left over. You're like, okay, I gotta pay for not the car I want. When in turn, if you took the money that you were paying for not the car you want and you put it into something that could make you money for the car you want, you'd be so surprised at what you can achieve. And like I said, I'm not here to tell you, okay, you have $200 extra a month, okay, put it into this, that, and the other. I can't hold your hand through what you enjoy and what you like doing. Like I said, when I was 15, I took all my money and bought a lawnmower. Started a landscaping business, made money that way, and then when I was done, obviously sold the mower. You might not like landscaping. You may like something completely different. So you need to find out what you like, what you can put your money into that will make you money in return. Simple as that. Whether people buy cars, fix them, sell them, make a profit. It's the same concept. But you don't have to do it on as large of a scale. You could do it on, like I said, small things. Buy a miter saw, do some wood projects, sell some furniture, do some stuff like that. Get that money in return. You spent $400 on a saw and you're selling, you know, the tables and stuff you make for $500. You know what I'm saying? You see where I'm coming from? But for the people who actually want to know how this happened in my story, so I worked at a shop. You know, obviously I paid for the Jetta at the time. Pretty much I paid for the Jetta, I paid for rent, and I paid food, utilities, stuff like that. Paid all that. But with the money I didn't spend, sure, I did go out with my friends, had some wings and stuff on Thursdays, stuff like that. But, you know, obviously the rest of it I just saved. I kept piling up. And then I eventually took that money and put that money into something that made me able to do this. And then the money I didn't put down on that allows me to do this. You know, like I said, it's simple as that. And now I'm at a point where I'm standing here I no longer work at the shop because the stuff I do on YouTube and off YouTube allows me to pay for this stuff. You know, like that. People are like, oh, you make YouTube videos, you must make a killing. And if you want me to be honest, the money I make from YouTube pays for this. I'm not saying the dollars itself, I'm saying I use that money to do things to pay for this. Simple concept. You know, if I made $1,000, I would use that $1,000 to make me more money to pay for this. So guys, I hope you learned and you can put this into effect into your life. Nothing is more gratifying than allowing you to pay for something on these levels when it comes natural. Doing something you love, you know, with the money you already make. I mean, you could go to work, you can go construction, whatever. You could work all day, you come home, you could literally sit on the couch with a bag of chips and a beer and just sit there, watch TV all night. Okay. Or you could take the money you made, put it into something, couple days a week, make you the money in return, pay for this, and you could do whatever you want on the other days. It's about mindset, simple goals, planning, and using the money you already make to make you more money. Whenever somebody says invest, it doesn't mean the stock market. It means into something that will make you money in return. Like I said, it could be simple as a lawnmower, a miter saw, even if you do mulch, wheelbarrow. And yeah, like I said, this isn't me sitting here when those Instagram ads are scrolling and hey, yeah, do you want this? Hit that link below. Go to my page, get my free ebook, and in the free ebook it tells you to buy 5 of my other books. Yeah, trust me, we've all been there. So I'm here to give you free information to tell you it's a simple concept. Figure out something you love that you can do with the money you already have to make you more money, and it will pay for this. And like I said, don't think you're gonna do this overnight. Like I said, it took me 3 years to get somewhere like this. And you're like, oh, 3 years is a long time. That's the mindset that ruins everybody. You tell yourself 3 years is a long time. Nope. That Jetta, when I got it till now, blink of an eye. Blink of an eye. Don't tell yourself you're too young. Don't tell yourself you're too old. Don't use time as a measurement. Do not. Wake up in the morning, grind, and repeat. Make time for friends, family, and people close to you, and do what you love. And I'm 22. If anything, I started too late. Don't tell yourself you're too young. Don't tell yourself you've only been this age. I know, I'm only 22. I got a long life ahead to do whatever. No, start today. Start today. Because everything in life is compounding. You get to this success now. Imagine what you'll do 4 years from now. You know, same thing with, you know, relationships between your friends and family. If you get to a certain level now, imagine what level you'll be in 5 years. Like I'm saying, don't neglect the people close to you. Follow your dreams, set your goals, crush them, and just repeat. So I hope you guys can respect and enjoy the knowledge I gave you today. And I hope it helps a lot of you out, and I hope at least it allows some of you to go out there and make that decision to grind and do something you've always been wanting to do. But like I said in the process, don't neglect the people close to you, because it will hurt, and it will be worse than you can ever imagine. Because like I said, none of this matters. You can't be happy if the people closest to you aren't, you know, on your wavelength, aren't supporting you, aren't there for you, stuff like that. Don't do that. But I hope I inspired you guys to get out there, do something, and be able to follow your dreams and your goals, like that guy that DM'd me. If you enjoyed this video and you found it very, very informative, share it with somebody. Share it with somebody who needs to know. You know, if you're a parent, teach your kids these things. If you're a kid, show your parents these things, and they'll be so proud of you. And if you enjoyed this video, you found it informative, shoot this video a thumbs up as well. If you haven't been here before, please get down there, click subscribe, take care. I will see you guys in the next video. Mods for the charger are in fact coming. Like I said, I filmed the video yesterday and then I just scrapped it because this video is way more important. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for your support, and thank you for listening. And I hope you guys can apply this to your lives.